guys, this is Pablo Medina, and this video is about my self-reflection presentation. So first we're going to go over my verbal communication tendencies and how I think other people perceive my verbal communication tendencies. Now, I think my verbal communication tendencies are pretty much straightforward with most people. If, for example, a short conversation, whether it be with me or my mom, say in the car, when we're driving, or if I'm asking her for, GPS directions, or just a simple question, regarding whatever the case may be, if when she asks me that, because we're talking about how others perceive this, it's usually straightforward. I try not to, really beat around the bush, if you will. I try to be straightforward about what she's asking. Now, in terms of my nonverbal communication tendencies, I think this can be a bit different. I've been told that sometimes I don't, although we are talking about nonverbal communication, I've sometimes been told that it's better to use verbal communication in some, instances. I know I used a freeway example and the GPS already, but for example, like when my dad is, when we're driving together and he's telling me, he's asking me what exit we're gonna get off or what freeway we're about to hop on. I usually just like nod or like kind of like give a hand gesture or something. And although that is typically fine with him and with everyone that I do that with, if you will, he prefers a verbal communication kind of gesture, if you will. Now, some things that that I could use to better my communication, verbally and non-verbally. Well, I think the first one, verbally, I think is being more confident, and with being more confident is maybe doing more research on the topic that that you're talking about, so you don't just fake it till you make it. Nonverbal communication tendencies can also be, I think confident is also a super great one. But maybe doing your due diligence with your research. But I think simply just having your head down or being hunched back over, especially when giving a presentation or talking to someone, says a lot about you. It says a lot about how how not prepared you might be, or even if you might not even know what you're talking about, and your simple physical your physical can kind of give that away. And for these things, although they're so simple, they're so specific and stand out within their own spectrums, because nonverbal communication is hand gestures, any sort of movement that can be used as communication, and comparing that to verbal communications, verbal communication is right away communicating with your voice, using words, using your language, your diction, whatever you want to call it, with another person. So they have their differences, but they're pretty much overall extremely related. Thank you.